What's up, guys? This is Tarkus Jude Mossberg here from Facebook Jude's Junk, Facebook comic book shop, YouTube channel. And I get a lot of more detailed questions about how do people pay for these brokerage services. And I wanted to make it clear. If the book is under a $5,000 book, you would give me a price you want to pay for it. Say I want to pay $3,000 for that book, fully shipped. And I will try to go out and get it for you. If I win it, you pay full cash that night. When the book comes in, I turn around and mail it to you. And if it's over $5,000, then we can do a flat 10% commission. So you say, hey, I want this Amazing Spider-Man 1, and it's probably going to go for $12,000. But if I can get it for $9,000, then you pay a 10% commission, which is $9,900. You pay for shipping, and then both ways, and you save some money. So over $5,000 would be a flat 10% commission. Under $5,000 would be you pick the price you want to pay for it. And if it's a larger book, I've gotten some $25,000, $35,000 books for people. We can negotiate what that flat rate might be. Or you could just say, hey, if you can get that book for me for under $25,000, do it. And then I'll go off and I'll try to do it. Or you could say, let's do a flat, maybe 10%. We do the math. Maybe the harder the book is to find, like one book took me 9 months, but it wasn't that hard of a book to find. There might be, Detective Comics 31 or 27. That might be harder to find. So we might do, a full 10% on a $30,000 book there. Whereas other ones that might be easier to get, we might reduce that down to a 5%. What's 10% of 30,000? 3,000? So 5% would be 1,500. Yeah. So we might do 5% of a $30,000 book in terms of find it for you, and we'll still get it for you for under the amount you want to pay. So that's the structure of how the commissions are paid. You give me a price for under 5,000, and I go out and I try to get it to you for that price. No, you don't get to raise your bid. I go to the auction by myself. You wouldn't necessarily be involved, and if I win it, great, and if I don't, then you'll learn quickly that you're bidding too low. And I'll be able to tell if someone's bidding too low. It's not a big deal, though. If we can get a screaming deal for you, great. But this is a market where a lot of the bigger blue chip keys are actually starting to go back up. A lot of people are bidding higher than either the last sale or the 90-day sale. So a lot of people are thinking the price is going down when you look at GPA and it's starting to go up, So that's the financial side. In terms of logistics, I win the book that night. Before I send any money to the auction house, you send me the money fully cash. So that means you got to trust me. You got to check into my referrals. I got hundreds of referrals that I've done cash deals with, financing with, trades with, you name it. You can always put a post on Facebook publicly and get a lot of people that will vouch for me. I'm a admin in like 10 different groups, and we should be able to get you all the references that you need to decide if you want to do something like this with me. You pay me that night for the book. Some of these places I can pay right away and they can ship it in a few days. Others, in order for me to save all the pennies, which is, paying cash instead of credit card, and there's no tax in my state for most of these auction houses, whereas most of the states in the country that have more people in them, you'll have to pay tax. But for my state, for most of these auction houses, you don't have to pay tax. So I save the money on tax. I save the money on credit card fees. I don't use any auction houses that have, buyer's premiums, very rarely, because it's usually too expensive that route. So anyways, I eliminate all the wasted cost that go to this person and that person, and we'll just get you the book for the cheapest available possible. Sometimes I have to mail in a check. By the time they get it, they process it. That might take days to process it. Then they have to wait 10 days after they cash the check to make sure I'm not ripping them off or it's a bad check. So there's some books where they'll say, I won't get it for 4 or 5 weeks. And so you'd have to be okay with that. Those places they won't get the books out any quicker if you pay cash, which for many of them is just a check. So that's how I'm able to operate, and we're doing this new thing where each day that there's a big auction going on, I'll post a bunch of books that are coming up for auction that night. I'll probably pick the bigger ones and the keys. And if you see something you like and you say, ooh, can you grab that for me for $500? That's all you need to know. If we have a relationship, that's it. I go off and get it for you, and you'll pay me $500 that night, and then I order it when it comes in and I ship it to you. If you need to learn about references or referrals, then let me know what you need from me, and I'll get all that to you. It's pretty straightforward. Most of the time, my clients, brokerage clients, gave me a list of books they wanted. This is different in that I'm just showing you some of the great books that are coming out tonight, and you might see one like, oh, I never even thought of that one. You know, a friend of mine or a client of mine and a friend of mine likes old Spider-Man, so I just found the 4th appearance of Spider-Man, which is like in Strange Tales Annual 2, I believe. And when I showed it to him, he goes, oh yeah, I want that. So even though we didn't win in the auction, now it's added to the list. So it may not be a book on your list, but you might see it and be like, oh, I really do like that book. So that's why I'm going to do these. I'm already watching the auction houses anyways. I might as well put the pictures up. I haven't figured out the best way to get the pictures to you. I don't know if it's only going to be via email. I don't know if it's going to be email and the Facebook marketplace ad. If I post all the pictures to my, not marketplace, my Facebook page, it might be a page post, and then I can take that link and put it in an email. And if I send it to you, then you could have the email and click on it and look through all the books that are on there. And you can pretty much let me know however you want if you want me to go for that book for you. Text, phone, email, comment. Some of those comments I don't get notified for a little bit later. So you probably should send me a private message through Jude's Junk. I should get that sooner rather than later. Anyways, happy hunting, guys. If I can help you out, happy to do it. Take care.